Act 2, Scene 1. A room at the inn. A bed. An empty bottle on a table and 3 chairs. Yosef, Hristakov's servant, is lying on his master's bed. Yosef, I'm dying of hunger. There are 70 drums in my stomach, and it seems that we won't get home soon. What can I do? It's 2 months since we left Petersburg, and we have thrown money on the road. Now we are stuck here doing nothing. What should we do? We should have had a lot of money to spend, but we must show off everywhere we travel. Imitating Ristakov. Hey, Yosef, run along and reserve me rooms, remember? The most luxurious, as usual. Don't forget to order me the best food they have, as I can't look at ordinary food. Although he is an ordinary copying clerk, he spends all his money until he's broke. I guess it's dog's life. Life in our village is better for him. Though it's dull, but he can avoid all this trouble. You can spare your time eating pieces in front of the stove. Otherwise, you will spend your money on theaters, bazaars, or shops. Everybody speaks to us in a refined way. The shopkeepers call us Honorable Sir. We use seats and rooms specified to VIPs. It's a marvelous life. It's a marvelous life out of the country. I'm treated as if I were a gentleman. When we are exhausted, we just call a cab and take the case the same as all nobles. Anyway, having no money now is not my fault. My master can't stand keeping any money. As a result, we lead this kind of life, sometimes as nobles and other times, like now, we get thinner because of severe hunger. How can I change this terrible situation? When his father sends him money, instead of spending some or save little, he spills all the money like water, and in a week it's all gone. Then sends me to sell his clothes. One time a suit cost him 150 rubles, and it went for 20. Groans, I am so hungry, I could eat a horse. Hearing footsteps. Somebody's coming, I think he's come. Gets off the bed, enters Helstakov. Helst, take these things, Yosef, handing his hat and cane. Have you been rolling on my bed again? Yosef, why should I do that? Do you think I never saw a bed before? Helst, I want something. Yosef, what do you hope? Helst, go downstairs. Yosef, where? Helst, to the kitchen. Order them to send me dinner. Yosef, I prefer not. Helst, why? You foolish. Yosef, because it leads to the same result. Because it leads to the same result, nothing will happen. The innkeeper ordered them not to send you any more food until you pay for the previous meals. Lest ridiculous. How can he prevent doing so? Yosef, he threatened to go to the governor informing him about your late payment for the 3rd week. You and your master, he says, you are crooks, and your master is a vagabond, he claims. Lest, I see that you find great joy telling me this. You're rude. Yosef, he says, you are such people who ask for things that you can't afford. I'm heading for the police station to protest about this, and I'm so serious about this matter. So you will be imprisoned for sure. Lest, stop it, stupid. Go and rebuke him. Yosef, I'd rather call him for you. Lest, I prefer not to see him. Go and do it yourself. Yosef, it's all right, sir. Yosef goes off. Lest, it's pitiful to feel hungry. I thought I could deal with the matter easily. But it's unbearable. I'm starving. If only I hadn't spent all my money on extravagant affairs, I would have been able to get home. What a filthy town. What miser shopkeepers. Re-enter Yusuf with the waiter. Waiter, I've been sent by the landlord to check your pleasure. Lest, nice day. How are you, my friend? Waiter, I'm fine, thanks. Lest, how is business? Waiter, it's good. Lest, a lot of travelers? Waiter, pretty enough. Lest, my dear friend, they haven't served me any dinner yet. So please be in a hurry, as I am so busy after dinner. Waiter, the problem is that the owner ordered us not to give you any more food, and he's planning to complain to the governor. List, about what? Think careful about it, pal. I have to eat anything, otherwise I'll be skinny. I'm in a dire need of food. That's serious. Waiter, but he said nothing is to be served until he's done with his late payment. List, you have to convince him about my case. Waiter, what am I supposed to say? List, tell him that I must eat, and money is the last thing to consider. He thinks that I can live without eating for a day. What a foolish idea. Waiter, that's okay. I'll let him know. Exit Yusuf and the waiter. List, it would be a nightmare if he refused to send me something to eat. I never experienced such hunger before. I have to find a way for cash. I'll probably sell some clothes. Don't know how I'll return home without my fine expensive clothes. Enters Yusuf, followed by the waiter. Yusuf, they are getting some food. List claps his hands and jumps into a chair. Dinner, dinner, dinner. Waiter, with plates and napkin, consider it's the last serving, the landlord says. List, landlord, what do you have for dinner? Waiter, soup and roast chicken. List, just two only. Waiter, that's it. List, you're kidding. It's a very small meal for me. It won't be adequate. I won't eat that. Go and tell him it's not enough. Waiter, but the landlord says it's more than enough. List, it's not even served with sauce. We don't have any. List, why telling lies? I saw the chefs preparing a lot when I passed by the kitchen. Waiter, simply it's not for you. List, why not? Waiter, no reply. List, isn't there any different kinds of meat? Waiter, served only for higher class diners. List, what a fool. Why am I not treated like them? Aren't we all travelers? Waiter, unfortunately not, because they pay. List, you big idiot, pulls out his soup and begins his dinner. What's this stinky soup? It's like dirty water. Bring me another kind. Waiter, the landlord says if you don't like it, leave it. List, preventing the removal of the soup. Okay, leave it. I warn you not to treat me like this. I'm not that kind of person. It's an awful soup. I won't have it. Still drinking. Now I'll try the roast chicken. Starts eating. Ouch, it's not tender. You are thieves to serve such food. Joseph and the waiter left. List, I wish I hadn't had such food. It only spoiled my appetite. If I had some money, it would be better to buy some buns. Enters Yusuf. Joseph, the governor has arrived. He is downstairs asking about you. List, scared. What? That fool landlord had already sent a complaint to the governor. What shall I do if they pulled me to prison? I won't go with him even if I receive good treatment. I won't accept. What can this mayor be? Does he consider me as his slave? Draws himself up and looks very courageous. I will protest about the ill treatment. The governess enters. Governor, it's my pleasure to hope you a nice day. List, my regards, Governor. Forgive me for being an intruder. List, no problem. You're welcome, Governor. It's my responsibility as the mayor of this town to make sure that all travelers in high rank feel comfortable. List. But what have I done? I did nothing. I shall pay. It's the innkeeper who is mistaken. He serves meat which is far away from being tender, and his horrible soup, which is better to be thrown out of the window. I have been starving for several days. Isn't it a state of nice affairs? Why do I have to go to Governor nervous and not confident? I beg your pardon. I'm awfully sorry. I have no hand in this. We have a fabulous market which services perfect stuff. Our merchants are honest as well. Really, I've no idea where the innkeeper obtains such bad things. So if you don't feel convenient, I recommend you move to other quarters. Lest, never. I won't go anywhere. The prison, isn't it? How dare you? You have no right to put me in jail. I'm a government servant in Petersburg. I'll go, Governor sighed. Oh, he knows everything. For sure the shopkeepers complained. Lest, even if you ask for an army to take me, I won't go. I will go immediately to the minister. Bangs fist on the table. You, Governor shivering. Please, have mercy on me and my family. Don't spoil my life. Don't ruin me forever. Think of my wife and children. Lest, okay, I won't go. What a nice idea. Because of your wife and children, I must go to prison. Bob peeps round the door. Governor, I have no experience then, and the low income I get, I'll leave the judgment for you. My official salary is not enough even tea and sugar. If I received any bribes, they were very little ones. They were necessary for essential things of food and clothes. As for the story of the sergeant's wife that I punished, it's not true. My enemies make up such fake stories. Yes, you are so strange. Why do you tell me all this? Why am I involved with your enemies and sergeants' wives? You dare not to flog me like her. I told you that I will pay for my bill when I have the money, but I can't do this now as I am broke. Governor sighed. He's so clever. He's giving me a hint. I'll bribe him. Aloud. If you face any financial difficulty, I can help you. It's my responsibility to support travelers by any means. Lest, if you offer me a loan, I'll pay the innkeeper at once. 200 rubles will be fine, or even less. Governor, 200 rubles? Lest, I promise I'll repay them back as soon as I arrive home. You look generous. Governor sighed. I'm lucky. He has accepted it. Everything will be right after that, as I gave him 400 instead of 200. I can't believe myself. Lest, Yusuf, enters Yusuf. Can you ask the waiter to come, please? Exits Yusuf. To the governor and Bob. Have a seat. They don't want to sit. I beg you, please sit down. You are so generous, governor, and an honest character. I admit that I thought you had come to take. The dog who stood up. Sit down. Bob peeps round the door and listens. Governor sighed. I must be brave. He insists to be considered incognito. Okay, that's fine. We will have a small talk and pretend that we don't know him. Loud. I was walking around checking public business with Peter Ivanovich Dobchinsky here. He is a landowner in our district. I entered the inn to see if they treat travelers well or not. As you see, I'm not an irresponsible mayor who doesn't care about his province's affairs. Lest, I'm so pleased. Without you, I don't know how I could pay my bill. I would stay here for a long time, searching for a way to pay my debt. Governor signed. What a nice story. He has no idea how to pay his bill. Loud. Could I ask what your destination is? List. I'm heading for my own state in Saratov. Governor sighed. Province of Saratov. He says it boldly. Loud. It's a wonderful idea. When you travel, you gain a lot of benefits as well as some drawbacks. It's a great chance for some pleasure, but the experience of traveling sometimes annoys because of delays of the road, lack of horses, and so on. I think you're traveling for the sake of pleasure. Am I right? Lest. No, my father wants to see me. He is not satisfied that I haven't received a promotion in the service lately. Governor sighed. What a liar. He makes up a story about his old father. Loud. Do you have the intention to stay there for a long time? Lest. Actually, I don't know. My father is very determined as a rock. I will tell him straightforward. I can't live away from Petersburg. Why do you want to spoil my life by lying among peasants? Governor sighed. He's very good at telling fibs, a tale after a tale, and all of them are perfectly made. What a liar. I could crack him under my fingernail. I must get him talking to tell more lies. Aloud. As you have just talked about life pleasures, what can a person do in a dead life place? I'll tell you what I do here. I stay at night sleepless. My hair became white in the service of my town. I work hard to serve all people here. Looking around the room, this room isn't suitable for you at all. Yes, this room is very dirty and full of insects. I have never seen such a room before. Governor, pardon me, I can't accept it at all. You not a normal guest to have this suffering. I can't let you fight the bugs here. It's also dark in this room. Yes, yeah, it's very dim. I asked the landlord to support me with candles, but refused. Sometimes I need light to do some tasks like reading a little or write something. Unfortunately, I can't because of the darkness. Governor, may I offer you a pleasant room in my house? Delightful, sunny. Your approval gives me great honor. Lest? Sure, I'd be very glad. It's much better in your house than in this rubbish bin. Governor, I am so lucky today to show you my hospitality. I was born hospitable. It's my nature, especially if my guest is a distinguished one like you. But please, don't think that I am inviting you out of flattery. I don't know this vice at all. I am very honest to say so. Lest, I owe you a lot. We have the same personality. I also don't like two-faced people. I like your frankness and sincerity. And to put into consideration, I don't take any loans from anyone. Enter Yusuf and the waiter. Waiter, very respectfully. Do you wish anything, sir? Rest. My bill, please. Waiter. Excuse me. I handed you the bill this morning. Rest. I can't remember all the bill. How much is it? Waiter. Okay, sir. The first day you had the lunch. The second day you only ordered steak. Rest. Don't tell me all these details. It's enough to tell me how much I should pay for all. Governor, don't bother yourself, my dear guest. To the waiter. Go now, and I'll send you the money. Rest. Puts the money in his pocket. Thanks for your generosity. Exits the waiter. Governor, of course you want to inspect our great institutions in our town. Rest. Do you mean, Governor? Sure, you want to check yourself if our affairs go well or not. Rest. I'm very pleased, as you wish. Bob peeping. Governor, if you wish, you could visit our district school to inspect our teaching methods. Yes, sure, Governor. And after that, you could visit the police station and our town prison if you want to witness how we deal with criminals. Rest, suspiciously. The prison? Why the prison? I'd rather visit the charitable institutions. Governor, as you like. What's your preference? Using your carriage or taking a cab? Rest. It's better to go with you in a cab. Governor to Dob. So there's no room for you, Peter Ivanovich? Dob. No problem. Governor whispering to Dob. Listen carefully. You have to send 2 letters for me. Hurry up. One note to Zimlianika at the hospital and the other note to my wife. To Lest. May I ask your permission as I want to write to my wife to ask her to prepare the house for our respected guest? Rest. Why not? I have here some ink, but I don't have any paper. You can use the back of this bill. Governor, it's a great idea. Writes while talking. You'll be welcomed at our humble house. Finished writing and handed the notes to Dob, who opened the door to leave. Bob, who has been listening at the keyhole during the whole scene, comes flying in. Lest to Bob. Are you okay? Have you hurt yourself? Bob. I'm alright, don't worry, sir. It's only a small bruise in my nose. I'll go to Christian Ivanovich. He has got a plaster. Governor looking crossly at Bob. Let's go. I'll ask you 7 to take your baggage. Yusuf, will you deliver your master's luggage to my house? The mayor's house? If you ask anyone, they will show you to Lest. You go first, and I follow you. The curtain falls. End of Act 2, Scene 1.